Whoa.
There you go.
That can't go in. If I'd have said it, he'd put it in. You know what your problem is, Clarky? You edit me to look like a There's no ifs or buts. The magic happens. So I'm going to start. Somebody's head fault.
Head fault.
So I'm going to start. So this week, this arrived on my desk, and it is a prop store live auction for vintage toys and collectibles. Something that I'm very interested in. So they obviously knew sending this would be interesting. Paul, coming in. We're talking about vintage toys.
Oh yeah.
This is our era. We were there. We
there.
started this, and that's more true than you would think, because when all these figures were coming out, it was the start of mass-produced little plastic toys, and I mean, you know, we're the plastic generation, aren't we?
Pretty much.
Basically.
Well,
I mean, Sean, if you look at Sean's toys, he used to have like a Bakelite hoop and a stick.
Yeah.
Run down the street with it.
And little marbles for him at a wall or something like that.
Yeah. It was that Tiddlywinks and what are them things called? With the silver things with all them legs on. You need to throw a ball over them or something.
It looks like they pop a tyre.
I've never known what that. If you know what that game is, put it in the comments below, because I've no idea. Clarky, do you know what it is?
I don't even know what you're talking about all the time.
Them little, you know, it's like these little silver things, like with like 6 legs on them, and some had balls on. Anyway, vintage toys, definitely, to me, I've said it before, and I'm not banging on about it. It's just this has prompted it. This was the whole thing that for me cemented Star Wars as part of pop culture, because we had the little toys to reenact the whole thing, and I had loads of them, and every week I just wanted another one, and I'd always try and get my mum to take me to the shop to get another toy.
I used to get a £1 note spends, and I used to go straight on a Star Wars figure every week.
Proper £1 note. I've got a £1 note somewhere. Anyway, so these figures were really got me into it. And then last night I was sat there and I had deep thought, and I was like, yeah. And I realised that the figures didn't just get me into Star Wars and then sci-fi, and there's some other stuff in here as well, which is we'll talk about. Buck Rogers and stuff. So the whole thing, after Star Wars, it was Battlestar Galactica and Buck Rogers and Space 1999, Logan's Run, all of that. But then when you start thinking about it, it actually got me interested in movies in general. And I'd be there at the cinema every single week, watching whatever was on. But I mean, it was a classic time for movies anyway, wasn't it? I mean, it was the start of everything. All the franchises you think of now all started in the 80s.
Yeah, definitely.
When we were able to go to the cinema by ourselves.
It was great. It was, you weren't, you could just go out anywhere you wanted as well. You were safe. There wasn't mobile phones or anything like that. It was just Star Wars toys, and you was going to the cinema just watching a Star Wars movie.
You were safe?
Well, I felt safe. I used to be able to go pictures on my own. You can't nowadays, can you?
But didn't you grow up in Gorton, where the Moors murderers were from? No. Safer times. So anyway, Prop Store are doing this auction, and they've got some absolutely amazing stuff in original Transformers. We won't talk about Star Trek.
Is that He-Man?
I don't think so. Was it He-Man? Could be some He-Man.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, some He-Man. Remember that? It's a blast from the past. Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Look, Batman. It's all in here. You really need to check out this website and have a look at this sale. But yeah, this is all about, I mean, if you look at the price of some of this stuff now, it's amazing. Yeah. But this ties in because it's collecting the whole thing, and I know there's loads of people who have moved from collecting the toys to collecting the props, which is what I did. Yeah. Because the toys were a lot easier to get into collecting at the time, as opposed to the replica props. But then when you do find the replica props and you see what's available, for me, that I kind of moved into that thing. Yeah. And I sold, regretting now, looking at some of this stuff and remembering how cool it is. I sold a lot of my toys.
You sold them?
Sold them, yeah.
At what age? Teens or?
No, so most of my toys from a kid were totally destroyed because I couldn't look after anything.
All my Star Wars figures. I went to visit my cousin in Sussex. My mum said, "Why don't you take them for him? You don't play with them anymore." And I went, "Yeah, all right." And I gave him everything.
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 Given
So
away.
now I'm trying to collect it all again.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
That's where this really sparked something off this week when it arrived. Boba Fett. Look at that. I mean, I never had this one, but if I did, it's now been. They're now looking at prices from $25,000 to $30,000. Some amazing stuff, and I love the whole grading thing as well. I got quite heavily into that when I started rebuying the stuff,
Right, okay.
and then I found the replica props, and then
yeah.
went more down that road. But I mean, I've still got quite a lot of the toys that I bought afterwards.
Oh, Lobot. Because there's nothing else, wasn't there? Really, you had toy soldiers, didn't you? Or big action men, which were great, but
Yeah.
Star Wars with that really changed everything, didn't it? Well, do you remember when you was a kid, and you'd get a Star Wars comic and there'd be a stormtrooper mask, this flimsy stormtrooper mask with a little bit of elastic around it, and you wished you could actually get the original. Well, just a stormtrooper helmet to actually physically put over your head.
One of the things I remember getting when I was a little kid, Christmas, was a little torch, and then I can't remember how this thing fitted, but it was like an inflatable blade for the lightsaber.
It's the new Star Wars lightsaber from Kenner. Inflation required, batteries not included. You can pretend you have powers when you switch on Kenner's Star Wars lightsaber.
Ready to feel the Force? Yeah! Switch on your Star Wars lightsabers, close your eyes, and go! I got it! Me too! Zap! You passed the test! The Force is with you!
The Star Wars lightsaber, new from Kenner. Balloons not included.
And it was amazing.
Well, I can remember having a lightsaber, but you got one of my mates would be going down the street on a chopper. I'll be on my little striker, and we're charging each other, knocking 7 bells out. Yeah, dueling. Yeah, with lightsabers. It was great. No helmets then as well. Yeah, we were just tough.
It was safe for days though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was safe for days. Yeah, so the whole thing is, I mean, I remember having all these figures, and I'm looking at them now, and they're still toys, and as cool as they are, now I've moved on to this thing where instead of having the figure, I want the whole life-size real thing.
Yeah.
And if you think about how amazing it would be to have a big yellow background with actual proper life-size things displayed. So Clarky's just been telling us that he's got pictures of himself almost naked, wearing little
Darth Vader underpants.
Darth Vader cape.
Yeah.
He said you can't see anything, but that might just be the quality of the photograph.
Or the size of the penis.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
But I'm pretty sure I've not got any photographs of me from that era. I don't know if you have.
I probably have. I know there's a picture of me on holiday with a Star Wars t-shirt on.
If anyone's got any photographs that they can send us of them with their toys to get us all nostalgic, even more so than we are, send them over and we'll pick a winner and we'll do a goodie bag or something.
Yeah.
We've got any goodie bags?
What's the email address? Is it media@rspropmasters?
media@rspropmasters.com, yeah.
That's the one. Send the pictures in. Don't forget to comment along the bottom.
Let's just talk about this. So the auction is happening in end of February, beginning, what's that, 28th February, 1st of March. Check out Prop Store website for more details if you're interested, and I'm sure that there's images of all the amazing stuff on the site. I'll be checking it out. So Clarky has asked me to point out that we're not actually being sponsored or endorsed or anything by Prop Store. We just like the Prop Store. And thanks for watching.